It happened. The single most catastrophic event in human history. Our moon has exploded, and the consequences for Earth are more immediate and violent than you can possibly imagine. But beyond the shrapnel and the darkness is a far more insidious threat, a ripple in space-time itself, and the story of how this gravitational echo will tear at the fabric of our planet is bizarrely linked to the final frantic message sent by the Apollo 11 crew. For 1.3 seconds, nothing changes. The moon hangs in the sky, serene and familiar. That's how long it takes for the light from its destruction to cross the void. Then, in a silent, horrifying blink, it's gone, replaced by an expanding cloud of incandescent dust that stains the night sky. The celestial anchor of our world, the silent witness to all of history, has been annihilated. This isn't a slow-motion disaster. It's an instantaneous planetary crisis. The moon's mass, all 73 quintillion tons of it, is now a swarm of shrapnel traveling at thousands of kilometers per hour. Within hours, the first arrivals begin. It starts not as a meteor shower, but as a siege. The sky is no longer a void. It is a ceiling of falling glass. Satellites and space stations are the first to go, shredded into nothing. Then, the bombardment reaches the atmosphere. Night turns into a strobing, terrifying day as thousands of meteors per minute burn through the air. But many are too large to burn up. They hit. A city block in Shanghai vanishes in a flash of kinetic energy. A multi-megaton impact carves a new bay into the coast of California. Fires rage across continents, ignited by the constant rain of superheated rock. The sound is a perpetual rolling thunder, the scream of the sky tearing itself apart. And in the brief moments between the fireballs, there is the darkness, a profound, primal blackness our world hasn't known in 4 billion years. The loss of moonlight is not a gentle dimming, it's a switch being flipped off. The nocturnal world, a kingdom ruled by the moon's faint light, collapses into chaos. Predators can't hunt, prey can't see. The rhythms of life, honed over eons, are broken in a single night. This storm of rock and fire is a planetary catastrophe, but it is just the kinetic aftermath, the simple physics of an explosion. The true danger, the one no one could predict, was not made of rock, but of gravity itself. To understand it, we have to look not at the sky, but at the very fabric of space and time. We think of gravity as a pull, a rope connecting the moon to our oceans, but Einstein showed us something much stranger. Gravity is a shape, a presence. The moon, by its very existence, creates a deep, stabilizing dent in the fabric of space-time. For billions of years, Earth has rested securely within this gravitational well, a cosmic hammock that has cradled our world in a stable, predictable orbit. The explosion didn't just shatter the moon, it vaporized the source of that dent. Imagine a heavy bowling ball sitting on a vast, taut rubber sheet. Now, imagine the ball instantly vanishing. The sheet doesn't just relax, it snaps back. A violent, shuddering wave propagates from the center, shaking the entire surface. This is the gravitational echo, a ripple, not of light or rock, but of space itself, racing towards Earth at the speed of light. It is not a force that pulls, but a distortion that passes through us. As the leading edge of this wave hits our planet, it begins to stretch and squeeze everything it touches. The planet itself, the oceans, the air, you, all are momentarily warped, stretched along one axis and compressed along another. The effect is infinitesimal, smaller than the width of an atom, a harmless cosmic tremor. Under normal circumstances, it would be. But the Earth is not a system at rest. Our planet's crust is a jigsaw puzzle of colossal tectonic plates grinding against each other, locked under immense and unimaginable strain. They are coiled springs storing centuries of stress, waiting for the tiniest final nudge to slip. A microscopic warp in space might sound harmless, but what happens when that microscopic warp hits a system already at its breaking point? The gravitational echo wasn't just a wave, it was a key that would unlock a catastrophic failure deep within the Earth. And strangely, the first warning of this came not from our seismographs, but from a forgotten magnetic tape reel from 1969. During the age of Apollo, humanity placed seismometers on the moon. After the astronauts left, mission control would intentionally crash the lunar lander's ascent stage back onto the surface. The impacts were meant to help us understand the moon's interior. The results were baffling. A frantic voice from an Apollo 11 audio log, long since declassified, captured the shock. "Houston, you are not going to believe this. The whole moon, it's ringing like a bell." The moon, a dead solid body, vibrated for hours from a minor impact, amplifying the energy in a way no one could explain. The phenomenon was noted, filed away, and largely forgotten, a planetary curiosity. Until now. As the gravitational echo washes over the Earth, that same ringing principle takes hold, but on a terrifyingly active world. The microscopic stretch and squeeze of space is the final synchronized nudge that the planet's tectonic plates were waiting for. It overcomes the friction on every major fault line, simultaneously. It begins as the Great Global Earthquake. The San Andreas Fault doesn't just slip, it ruptures from end to end. The Pacific Ring of Fire ignites in a chain reaction of volcanic eruptions. The magma chambers squeezed like a fist by the passing spatial wave. The Himalayas lurch upwards, collapsing in continent-sized landslides. Every city on a fault line is leveled. The air becomes thick with ash, plunging the world into a dark volcanic winter that chokes out the remaining light from the debris storm. The Apollo 11 message was the clue, the long-ignored data point that warned us a celestial body could resonate with vibration in an unexpected, catastrophic way. We saw it happen on a dead moon and called it a curiosity. We never imagined it could be a blueprint for the wholesale destruction of our own living world. The Earth has torn itself apart. The surface is an uninhabitable hellscape of ash and earthquakes. Humanity is broken, its civilization reduced to dust and memory. But the gravitational echo has one final permanent transformation in store. The explosion wasn't just an event in space, it was an event that changed Earth's place within space. It wasn't just reshaping our planet's surface, it was rewriting its very identity in the solar system. An explosion of this magnitude is never perfectly symmetrical. The blast that obliterated the moon was uneven. This imbalance, like a flawed and monstrous rocket engine, gave the Earth-Moon system a tiny, almost imperceptible push, a nudge of a few meters per second. In the first year, no one would notice, but in space, small changes compound into inescapable destinies. Decade by decade, our orbit, that perfect life-giving ellipse, begins to deform. Earth is pushed into a new erratic path. Slowly, inexorably, we begin to drift. Our dance with the sun has been broken. Centuries later, the new normal is a world of eternal twilight. Earth has drifted to the outer edges of the habitable zone. The average temperature is well below freezing. The oceans are frozen solid, miles deep, locking away the memory of a blue planet. What little life survives does so not on the surface, but deep underground, clustered around the geothermal heat of a world still raging from the Great Global Earthquake. From this new Earth, the sky is both beautiful and terrifying. The shattered remains of the moon never fully dispersed. They settled into a brilliant razor-thin ring system, more spectacular than Saturn's, arcing across a perpetually dark sky. It is the tombstone of our former world. The ultimate consequence wasn't the fire, the darkness, or the quakes. It was the silence, the cold, the final transformation from a vibrant garden into a wandering ghost, a rogue planet draped in the glittering remains of its closest companion, forever drifting out into the great, lonely dark.